In our last video, we took you on a tour of the ancient city of Ephesus, one of Turkey's most iconic historical spots. If you haven't seen it yet, feel free to check it out by clicking on this link. Now, we've driven about 200 kilometers north to the city of Bergama. It is often skipped by tourists, but it's such an incredible place full of history and culture, so let's check it out. 2 hours later and we are in Bergama. Currently we are exploring Acropolis. The way up here is quite sketchy. The roads are very narrow and it's very steep. Our car barely made it, but we made it. It looks like there are two ways of getting up here, either by a vehicle or by gondola, and the ticket entrance cost 340 Turkish lira per person. So as I mentioned earlier, getting up here can be a bit tricky. You are driving through these super narrow streets right past people's homes, with sharp turns and some seriously steep hills. But trust me, once you get to the top, it's totally worth it. There is a small car park at the top, and the parking fee depends on the type of vehicle you're driving. For us, we paid 20 Turkish lira for our family car, but you can also take gondola to get up here just for 8 Turkish lira, but on a windy day like today, we were happy to drive instead. We arrived at the site just before 4 p.m. with only 1 hour to explore since it closed at 5. Even though the time was tight, we still got to see some incredible places like Sanctuary of Athena. This is a special place of worship dedicated to the goddess Athena, with beautiful Hellenistic style temple that was super important to the locals. The Temple of Trajan, built to honor Emperor Trajan. This temple showcases Roman architecture with intricate carvings that tell the emperor's story. There are also some ruins of royal palaces, which were the homes of the city rulers, designed to impress with huge rooms and stunning views. Or the Library of Pergamon, which once was one of the largest libraries in the ancient world, second only to the Alexandrias. It housed thousands of scrolls and was a major center for learning. And of course the theater, which was built on a steep hillside. This theater could seat up to 10,000 people and is actually one of the steepest in the ancient world. When you visit the Acropolis in Bergama, there is a wooden walkway that loops around the site, giving you amazing views of the area. After about 1 hour of exploring, it was time to head back to our hotel. This meant driving down the sketchy road again. Luckily, our hotel was just 5-minute walk from town. We paid 2,100 Turkish lira for our stay, including breakfast. And it was honestly one of the best places we stayed during our whole trip in Turkey. On the next day, we visited the Red Basilica, a massive Roman-era temple built for Egyptian gods. Its ruins are seriously impressive, with huge brick walls and round structures. It's actually incredible to think that this place was once one of the largest Roman buildings around. The sheer size of this building is really amazing. It's quite difficult to show it on the camera, but sadly there's not much detail, but it's still worth visiting. The entry ticket costs 60 lira per person, and it takes about half an hour to see everything. So our time in Bergama slowly comes to an end. It's time to drive all the way back to Istanbul, catching the flight tomorrow morning. Bergama unfortunately doesn't get many tourists because there is not much to do apart of visiting those two sites, which is Red Basilica and the Acropolis. But we are still happy to visit this lesser known part of Turkey. So right in front of the Red Basilica there is a lovely gentleman selling lots of souvenirs. You have magnets, you have all these sculptures. It's beautiful and you can actually negotiate good price. So we already have some gifts from this lovely place. He's actually packing more for us. Before you come to this place, see the gentleman and maybe you get some good price.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sağ olun.
Before we reach Istanbul, we had to make one more stop to see the legendary tale of Greek mythology, the Trojan Horse of Troy. The Trojan horse is a famous story from ancient history. The Greeks built a giant wooden horse and hid soldiers inside it. Then they left it outside the city of Troy as a gift for Trojans. The Trojans brought it inside thinking they had won the battle, but instead this was just a clever trick led to the fall of Troy. Today you can see the replica of Trojan horse in the city center of Troy. Sadly, this was our last stop before heading back to Istanbul, marking the end of our road trip through Turkey. We covered about 2,600 kilometers, visited some stunning places, ate amazing food, and met so many kind people. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or have done similar trip, let us know your thoughts and experience in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more adventures. And until next time, bye for now.